to Wheel Talk. I'm Recappa Sedai. Today we're going to talk about the Eye of the World Chapter 20, Dust on the Wind. This is the Mashadar chapter! Get into it! So, spoiler-free recap. Moiraine's carpool leaves the white stone building. Rand notices Lan and Moiraine have gotten ahead of the rest of them, so he boots Cloud to catch up. A tendril of silver-gray fog drifts in front of him. Stop. The thread of fog is thickening, separating Lan and Moiraine from the others. Mashadar. Unseeing. Unthinking. If it touches you, you will die. Moiraine points to a red star and tells them to follow it to the river. How will we find you again? Oh, believe me, I'll find you. I can find people, it's kind of my thing. Anyway, you should really go, this thing can sense food. Tentacles of fog have lifted from Mashadar, drifting toward them. Moiraine and Lan leave. Rand and the others ride away from Mashadar, making for the red star and trying to stay quiet. They round a corner and see a wall of fog. Mashadar is glowing and huge tentacles of fog reach for them. Everyone gallops away, not caring how much noise they make. Then a mass of Trollocs walks into the street and everyone's like, this way! No, this way! Good talk, everyone. They all scatter, the Trollocs chasing after them. Rand looks back and sees Trollocs chasing him with a fade behind them. Ahead of Rand, Mashadar is bulging out of doors and windows, tendrils feeling for prey. Rand runs past, and Mashadar's like... But Rand makes it past and then looks back. The Trollocs are afraid to go near Mashadar. The Fade cracks a whip and drives them forward. As they come near, Mashadar's tentacles strike at the shadow spawn. The Trollocs and Fade howl as Mashadar grabs them. But fog fills their mouths, eating their screams. Nom 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 nom. Rand rides away from the dying shadow spawn. When he stops, it's quiet. He sees something in the shadows and goes to stab it, but it's Matt. Oh, hey, my bad. Matt and Rand start toward the red star together. They make it to an opening in the wall and ride out of Shadar Logoth. Suddenly, Tom rides by them and they realize there are Trollocs close behind. Ride, you fools! Meanwhile, Perrin is riding quietly in the shadows and he meets up with Egwene. They leave the city together and enter the forest, riding toward the red star. Then they hear Trolloc horns and howls behind them. Not good, let's move it. They ride as fast as they can, but Bella falls behind. Perrin is shouting at Egwene to hurry when his horse screams and falls into freezing water. Oh, what the hell? He's ridden right off a ledge and into the Arenal. Perrin lets the current carry him away, and then he swims to the opposite bank. He climbs out of the river looking for Egwene. There's no sign of her. Not great. Meanwhile, after escaping a group of Trollocs, Rand, Matt, and Tom have lost sight of the red star. They're trying to see it through the trees. I'm telling you, it's over there. How come no one ever listens to me? There it is. Oh, whatever. Suddenly, Trollocs jump out from behind trees, swinging catch poles at them. Rand and Matt ride toward the river with 3 Trollocs close behind them. Then Tom shows up behind the Trollocs, throws some knives, and takes out all 3. My second best knives. They reach the Arenal and ride downriver. They see a trader's boat. Bingo! That's a beautiful sight! Let me do the talking. We can't leave the others behind. Yes we can. Then another band of Trollocs comes running and howling at them. They run for the boat. Tom is shouting for the crew to wake up. Some guy is sleeping on the deck. Rand jumps over the rail of the boat and lands on top of him. The Trollocs reach the boat. The crew freaks out and unmoors it. A Trolloc climbs onto the railing and knocks Rand down. It stands over Rand. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. A boom slams into the Trolloc and knocks it off the rail. Wow, seriously? That was lucky. It was really lucky. By the time Rand gets up, the boat has moved safely away from the shore. The Trollocs have been left behind. This long-haired, bearded dude walks over and gives Rand a dirty look, and then he's like, "Where do you be, Gelb? You can no hide from me on my own ship." Some crewmen shove Gelb in front of the captain. Gelb is the guy Rand landed on when he jumped aboard. "Were you no supposed to secure this boom, Gelb?" Gelb claims he did secure it, and then he points at Rand, and he's like, "It's that guy's fault. He's in league with the Trollocs. In league with my aged grandmother. I do be over your bullshit." Gelb. At Whitebridge, off you do go. The captain brings Rand, Matt, and Tom to his cabin, and he's like, "My name be Bail Doman, captain of the Spray. Who be you? Where be you going? And why should I no throw you overboard for bringing me trouble?" Well, we're on our way to Camelin, and then where the wind takes us. Shut up. That's how gleemen travel, like dust on the wind. Oh, that's the name of the chapter. How poetic. Although, you'd think the chapter would be called Mashadar or Demon Fog Monster or something like that. Anyway, Tom's like, "These two are my apprentices, but I'm not sure I want them. They are huge pains in my ass." Seriously though, you are. Tom tells an elaborate story about hunting for treasure in Eridhall, but Bail Doman is more interested in how they're gonna pay for their passage. Rand and Matt hand over the money in their pockets, including Moiraine's silver coins. Doman gives them change, which is basically nothing. For passage to Whitebridge? Seriously? "My ship do be damaged, and you did bring Trollocs with you, so yeah, seriously." I do be so over Trollocs. Turns out Doman spent the winter in Saldea, where there were constant Trolloc attacks. Rand zones out during the captain's story. Eventually, Tom pulls Rand to his feet and rushes him and Matt out of the room. "Hey, great job negotiating back there." When I said, "Shut up and let me do the talking," I meant, "Shut up and let me do the talking." But I understand now that was confusing for you. Rand goes to the rail and stares at the water, thinking about Egwene. Tom goes over to him. "I told her I'd take care of her." "I know you feel like a total piece of shit right now, but look at it this way. You did what you could." And that's the end of the chapter, yes! Let me just put this back on the very real bookshelf. Perfect. So, I'd like to take a moment to thank our new Patreon members. Our new Wilders. Parm. Danielle. If anyone gives you attitude about being a Wilder, you give me their name and my eyes and ears will take care of it. Our new novices and soldiers. Catherine. Welcome to the Littlest Tower. If anyone asks you whether we are a rebel faction of the White Tower, just lie. You haven't taken the oaths yet. And our new accepted and dedicated. Lucia, I will see you at the brunch of time. Huge thanks to all of our patrons. You are helping me keep Wheel Talk going, the light illumine you. The next part of this video is the 13th Depository. This week, we're discussing Mashadar's origins. I personally don't think there are spoilers in this 13th Depository, but I don't know what you consider a spoiler. If you haven't finished reading The Wheel of Time, there is a chance something I say will clue you into something you don't want to know yet. If you're super careful about spoilers, maybe don't chance it. You've been warned, I feel better. People are always like, "Recappa, how come you never channel to light the candle?" All of you doubters out there, I'm gonna do it this time. Are you ready? Watch. I pronounce this meeting sealed to the flame. Let's talk about Mordeth and Mashadar. There's a lot we don't know, and some of what we do know is confusing. For example, according to the Wheel of Time wiki, Mordeth, oh, I'm spilling everywhere. The White Tower's mistress of dry cleaning is so done with me. Whatever, she'll get over it. Mordeth was originally a good guy who opposed the Shadow. He went in search of many powers, including the Thin, and he came across dark things, including the power of Mashadar. Now Mordeth, encountering some form of Mashadar before coming to Eridhall, makes sense. It explains why Mordeth is immune to Mashadar and why he alone is trapped in Shadar Logoth instead of killed. But other sources, including Moiraine, tell us that Mashadar was created by Eridhall's suspicion and hate. We don't really get details about how that went down. Maybe Eridhall's people hated each other so much that one day Mashadar just burst out of them. It's more probable that Mordeth brought some foreign power into Eridhall so that Mashadar could take root. About the people of Eridhall, when Mordeth came to Eridhall and manipulated the king, Eridhall took up a new battle cry. "The victory of the light is all." I just spilled everywhere. They didn't say that last part. The people became zealots in their fight against the Shadow. They used the Shadow's own tactics to fight the Shadow. What exactly that entailed, we don't know. We do know Eridhal's people turned on each other. Oh my god, my leg! There is wine all over my damn leg, but I am gonna crop that out. It's believed Mashadar manifested after everyone killed each other one night. Or maybe it happened while they killed each other, or maybe Mashadar did some of the killing, but everyone died and somehow Mashadar was born. I've got a lot of hair in my face. It's okay. We're gonna get through this episode. If you ask me, there was definitely more than suspicion and hate that went into making Mashadar. Some seed must have existed beforehand, and Mordith brought it into Eridhal. What that seed was and where it came from, I don't know. At this point, Recappa's Terangreal momentarily stopped recording. Recappa threw a tantrum when she found out. You should have seen it. Anyway, I'm gonna fill in for this part. Back to this idea that Mordith brought some form of Mashadar into Eridhal. I don't know what the seed was that started Mashadar, but I don't think it's just a manifestation of Eridhal's hate and suspicion. When Moiraine talks about Mashadar's creation, she says no enemy had come to Eridhal but Eridhal. And I'm like, well, what about Mordith and whatever he brought in with him? That seems like an enemy to me. What are your theories on Mashadar's origins? Is it just fog made from hatred and suspicion? Let me know in the comments. That's it for this week. Thank you for watching. If you can like the video and subscribe, that would be fabulous. If not, we're cool, whatever. If you'd like to help Wheel Talk continue and improve, the best way is by sponsoring the show on Patreon. There are fun perks that come with membership, and if you can contribute at any level, it's appreciated. You can't imagine how much wine is in my lap right now. And until next week, walk in the light and keep it wheel. Bye!